Everybody, it's Invicta. It's another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. It is the weekend. It is Friday, and hopefully you all are having a fantastic start to your fantastic Fridays. I was trying to think of another F word there, but it's not gonna be appropriate. So we did have another video across 3,000 likes, which now puts us at only 2 away from this Invicta challenge run. It looks like we might get it if this video goes over 3K. Well, hopefully we have a better run than we've been having for the string of almost this entire month. But we do have another great meme of the day. Again, the Sinception pictures are real, sent in here by Schmooze. Title of the thread was "Longtime viewer, first time poster. Cheers from Germany." And this is like one of the coolest photos ever, because I love the background and the little panels that are on the wall. But I also, is that grass on the wall? I'm not sure how they do it in Germany, but down here we don't grow no grass on the wall. It looks like AstroTurf. I'm very confused. It also might just be a carpeted wall. I don't know. But thank you very much, Schmooze, and everyone who upvoted that one. Let's hop on in and get rocking and rolling this here Eden Run, and let's just get it done, man. Today is going to be November Victor Golf X-Ray Papa Foxtrot Tango 4. Well, we know that we have a soul heart because we have the blanket. Our tears is great. Our tears are great. Movement speed is not good. Damage is shot speed is on point, I suppose. And yeah, I mean, Jar of Wisps is Jar of Wisps. If we end up getting something like having the school bag and the unicorn stump, that would be very good. Jar of Wisps is going to spawn a wisp that is very easily destroyed. Yep, there's that hesitation. Very easily destroyed by enemies, and the only good thing about it is that the longer and more often that you use Jar of Wisps, the more wisps that it will spawn, up to 12, I think. So it can be a powerhouse later on. But again, it's kind of predicated on you having any kind of invincibility. I mean any kind. The last time that we actually saw a really good combo with Jar of Wisps was 2 years ago almost now, I would say, when we had Jar of Wisps and then comboed it with the unicorn stump, and it was you were unstoppable. The amount of damage that the wisps would do was astronomical. But as soon as that invincibility wore off, there's no longevity to the wisps. They die immediately, as you saw in that other room. This movie can't move. You really can't move around too much because the corn flies are just going to follow you, and they will entrap you. But overall, I mean, the start's not the worst that we've seen over this past month or week or whatever. But I am kind of hating the fact that we're getting multiple, and I mean multiple, little enemies here that require us to have a much higher tears rate than what we got. Even though 3.09 is very above average when it comes to tears, it's not exactly the end-all be-all. As far as blanket is concerned, it's going to give us the Holy Mantle effect and also give us a soul heart upon acquisition, which we already started with, as you all know. But of course, it's Curse the Unknown, so we have no idea exactly what our HP is. We know that we've taken at least one hit here, so it's whatever I think the base HP is minus, well, half of a heart. Getting a decent little bit amount of money here. Good bombs. Would be nice to get into the curse room for free if we can. Stack of pennies. Early economy, I will go ahead and take it. Again, it could be worse. It could just be nothing but active items. Obviously, I don't really want the Jar of Wisps because it is just kind of a waste of a starting item anyway. Wow, we can't actually bomb our way into the curse room. And we got to be careful not accidentally walking into the crawl space there. Yep. Okay, so now, it's going to be like that. You put it right next to the exit. I see. So let's see if we can get some PH Dizzle action going up in Hizzle. The Stars card and Birthright and Ember Shop. That was not a good bomb for our donation machine here. We still are going to need another penny to get Birthright. Birthright could actually help us in a big way. Birthright for regular Eden, not Tainted Eden, but the normal Eden, will give you 3 random items from any item pool, and it could be pretty massive. I really want to drop the matchstick here because I don't really want to have I don't want to have my keys be usurped by bombs. So this is you see the Holy Mantle effect here. going up against Dangle, and it shouldn't really be a problem against him, especially with all this blockage going on over here. Just need to not step on the creep, and we'll be fine. This is a very charge-happy Dangle, I will say that. It's important not to destroy the poop piles if you can, although Dangle does have the ability to do so, which is kind of annoying. But you can use it for just obstructions and just kind of like keeping yourself safe. Wow, he almost darted through there. Now, if we had any more bombs, I would definitely use it immediately against Dangle. We lose our Holy Mantle there. It clipped at the very corner. A very, very charge-happy Dangle. Again, luckily with 3 attacks per second, we do have the necessary fire rate to deal with him, for the most part anyway. Gonna destroy that wall here. We should be okay for the last push. There we go. And we get a range upgrade. Alright, so we need to find 1 cent. We really, really, really want to get Birthright here. And without us knowing exactly how much HP we have, we pretty much have to go for a random bomb and just hope. I don't think there are any more fires that we had to utilize. There's pots, but there's no guarantee that those pots are going to give us anything. We also don't have multiple, targets. We could bomb this Keeper. It might be the best target for our only bomb. I'm going to look for another fire, though, first. We don't even have a key, so we can't use it inside the alt path door. Really hoping Sack of Pennies was just going to hook us up here, but... Alright. I'm gonna send it to chance and go for the Keeper, the non-penny-eyed Keeper, and that is that. We do have only 1/2 soul heart, so that's good to know. But going on to last week's question of the episode here, this was from the Purging episode, and I basically told Alex, like, hey, do this poster from the first Purge, but do it as Eden. And it got barely any reaction from anybody. I don't know if people even care about the Purge movies. I mean, I haven't watched any of them. Like, I've seen stuff that James has done on the kill count, but that's about it. But no one really even, like, usually, especially the pop culture references or movie posters really get kind of a buzz around the comment section, but I didn't see anyone that really said anything about it. They're more interested in talking about the whole you know, I don't like musicals thing. But we go on to the last week's question of the episode from that episode here. Let's try not to die. How about that? This one came in from JC Swizzle 8674. He said, question of the episode, are there any memorable bugs or exploits from Isaac that will always stick with you? What is happening to the frame rate right there? Petrified Poop is huge for us. I need to make sure that Eternal Fly was gone. Please hold. I need to not get clipped here. Okay, we got pennies here. I will answer your question, Jay Swizzle, whenever we get out of the danger zone here. I'm happy that we have a little Brimmy. I gotta kind of focus. Super secret room. Yeah. Don't have any way of getting into the store. Could bomb the temperance machine. Our secret room here. Okay, so of course, when we don't need any money, we've got plenty of money now. Petrified Poop could hook us up here with a heart or something. Or soul heart would be preferable, so we can actually take a devil deal, or it can give us nothing as well. Yave would be nice, and we got a heart, 2 hearts, okay. So going on to the question of the episode from last week, are there any memorable moments, or memorable bugs or exploits that will always stick with you from Isaac. The biggest one that I will always say is definitely Brim Snapping from the original Isaac. Brim Snapping was just such a very extremely powerful ability that BizSnap made popular. And essentially what it did was it allowed you to fire Brimstone without actually having to go through the entire animation, and it counted for multiple hits of full powered Brimstones. So you could just do that and then tap real quick, and that's why Isaac had like kind of like a snapping animation to his head, and that's why it got the term Brim Snapping, but also because of BizSnap. I will take the Bloody Gust here. Really like to find a way to get into the shop though, but I don't think we're gonna find one. Can't get into the vault. And there's literally no way. Yeah, there's no key. We would have to take a bombs or key pill, and that's just it's just not gonna happen. So that's the most like prominent exploit that I remember. Now, one that I was able to find in Rebirth, this is a while ago, was if you killed Krampus, right? You could kill Krampus and then have him drop an item pedestal, okay? And this is specifically just for Isaac. So, but you can do it if you ended up having the D6 by any means necessary back then. But the exploit was if you killed Krampus and right before the animation finished of him dying, he would drop the item. You could actually stop the death animation, but still get the item pedestal and then re-roll that with the D6 and essentially create infinite amounts of Devil Deal items because you're inside of a Devil Deal. So back then, if you rolled into something from that particular loot table, you would always get guaranteed that item from the loot table. So it was an extremely powerful exploit. I demonstrated how to do it once on stream, and I was like, you know, if y'all need to use this, hey, that's up to you, but just know that I don't condone it. I did report it to the devs as well. And it just came down to an animation framing issue, because all you have to do is right before like, let's say this is Krampus, let's say this nub was Krampus, you could do this, and then right before it died, you could actually exit the game and then resume the run, and then not only would Krampus be respawned, but that item pedestal would be there. So it's infinite item pedestals. It was really, really powerful and really broken. Unlike Samson's Chain. But yeah, it's, you know, I think that those kind of things really it makes for interesting strategies if you're okay with exploiting and stuff. Shops, man. Shops are something else. You know, some people love to say like, oh, but I'm using game mechanics, or, you know, and of course developers will say like it's not the way things were intended, but players who inevitably will try to use something like that will say, oh, but it's in the game, then you should have patched it, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's, again, just play your own way. You know, if you're okay with doing stuff like that, like everybody tells me about, you know, did you know that you can use the ventricle razor so you can get free taps on the IV or Temperance Machine and Devil Deals? Yes, I do know that. I don't use them because I just don't want to. Same thing goes for, like, you can exploit with I don't even know if it's an official exploit or not, but if you have Pluto and you happen to have enough size down, you can always guarantee to go into an error room if you have a crawl space. You just basically fall through the world. That's a fun one. I am going to take the Flying Pony because we need movement speed really bad. And flying is just going to be so mint right here. But also, I would really like to have a way to get this. Totally not bomb that I was hoping for. And also, we'll be able to go into the curse room and get out for free. I know the secret room's there, but we can't do anything about it. And we still can't, so. Unfortunate, but what can you do? We could have gone and opened up the mob trap room, but I just chose not to. I guess there is technically one more room here. It's gonna be envy, of course. One bomb or one key, and we're happy. There we go. There we go. All right. And we get a bomb. Okay, okay, now, hang on now. Now, we could go back into the curse room, but the problem is that we basically will have to be charged 1/2 heart, and I don't really want to do that. Get another bomb, but we do get a key. Now I'm curious to see what this is. Okay, okay, now, hang on now. We got 4 bombs now. Now we can go open up with this key. We can open up this challenge room and get not Hierophant cards, but 2 soul hearts. Nice. Nice. Okay, we'll take those. We'll take those. That was definitely a worthwhile detour. We're still not crushing it damage-wise or tiers-wise. The only reason why we have slightly better tiers, slightly better movement speed than average is because A, of Flying Pony, and B, because of Bloody Gust. So, yeah. I mean, we did get a tiers upgrade, technically speaking, thanks to Inky, and that's fine. But, yeah, we're going to need... we're going to need some more, Chief. Now, we did get another charge on the Flying Pony, so this will allow us to get out of the curse room for free again, which is nice. And look at all that stuff. Beautiful. And we get our bombs back. We got money. We got keys. Life is improving right now for us. Except for our shops. Our shops are trash. But I have high hopes. We can do it. It's Friday. We got to be dialed in here. Let's get a good double deal. Excuse me, I just took a drink. I've been drinking thanks to Papa Victa. We have a newfound appreciation for better hydration in the family. And one thing that he's been given and has really helped him a lot is he's been drinking a lot more liquids, especially stuff with electrolytes in it, like the no sugar stuff. And I've been really fancying the Gatorade Zero. It's called Glacial Freeze or something like that. It's the blue one, and that's good. So far, that's my favorite flavor. I've tried the orange, and the orange was it was okay, but like I love oranges, but not orange Gatorade. Does that make sense? Guess we just opened that Mimic for free, which is nice. If you're wondering why the Mimic moved, by the way, hang on a second, buddy. What are you talking about here? You had this in and moved there. It wasn't outside the room. What kind of hacks you got going on? Yeah, Cletus, it's Curse the Maze. Answer, Curse the Maze. It will shuffle all your rooms. Curse the Maze. Curse the Maze, Curse the Maze. But the Glacial Freeze one, the blue one, is super tasty. I like it a lot. You know, I'd like to drink water, but I don't drink nearly as much as I should, admittedly. Especially when streaming and doing a lot of talking and vocal stuff. Like, I definitely need to be just drinking more. And I never really was a big fan of the flavored water stuff, even like with the little packets that you put in. But I also never tried Gatorade Zero, and this is like, it's actually pretty dang good. Yo, Judgment, we've given you 28 cents, brother. I mean, thanks for Fanny Pack, but like you could have done so much better for us. I'm not going to take the coupon, even though it would give us a free everything, free devil deals, free shops. Assuming that we had enough. This was a reverse death card, yeah. But having the flying is just too powerful for us, and the movement speed, and the charging, so we can go through the curse rooms and stuff. Okay. Reverse death card just didn't feel like moving, just doing anything today, and that's, you know, I can respect that as a Friday game, but usually like games love to, like, you know, obey the rules, but Isaac is not one of those games. It loves to change the rules up on you. What's supposed to do is give you the Book of the Dead, not transformation, but use. Good job, Isaac. That was 3 cents we didn't need. Instead, it just did nothing. So I guess it's because we were flying over the gap, but I don't remember seeing that in the rule book anywhere. Really. Still looking for our item room here, and we go straight to the boss. 73% deal with the devil chance here. Remember, it's still June, so we're still expecting a trash fire here. I'm not going to take that Eternal Heart yet for the hopeful devil deal. It's coin purse, and yep. I mean, I'm going to take Rotten Baby because we need the damage, but what in the world is this map, dude? This is some next level Isaac half circles going on here. I've given up. Where the super secret room is. I no longer care. I just want to get my active item in my item room and then just leave. Oh, the finger. Yep. Quintessential item that deals damage when you don't necessarily want it to. If we had more HP, I would definitely play the curse or the sack room, but fact of the matter is we don't have the time or stats. I mean, I say we don't have the time, but like we do. I just don't have the stats to do so. So it's not worth our time to do so when we just go to the next floor. Taking a risk here. Yep. So, I mean, our economy is still pretty strong, but the shops are really failing us right now. And the fact that we didn't have enough, the fact that we missed Birthright on just 1 cent in the first floor really, really hurt. Rotten Baby is going to give us a good amount of extra damage here with flies every now and then, which they fire out at a decent rate, but, you know, one thing I would like to get is damage. Because I don't know if you noticed it or not, but we haven't had a single damage upgrade yet in this run, and we are on floor 5. And normally, for normal months, I would say that this is, you know, an annoyance, but we're in a struggle bus run. But we're in June, and this entire month has been something, it's otherworldly at this point. I'm going to take the Rotten Heart just so we can maybe get an extra fly or two every room that we clear. I mean, when we're desperate enough to be running from bomb flies and hoping that our Rotten Hearts are going to be our primary carry here, you know we're in for a good time. Soul of Eden doesn't do anything for us here. Neither does the Death card. I mean, it's a reroll for sure, but like the wild card that we have here is so much better. If we end up getting something like Diplopia or something like that, we have an infinite source of infinite items. So that's what I'm really banking on, is getting a Diplopia inside of the shop and just being done with it. But of course, that's predicated on us finding the shop first. We got to do that part. Necesito uno tienda. Okay, so wild card, by the way, will repeat your last action, whether it be a pill, whether it be a card, whether it be a one-time use item, like Diplopia, for example. Okay. No, I want my soul heart back. See, our tears rate is going up because of Bloody Gust, but it's not worth losing those soul hearts for. A clear rune. We cannot afford to lose flying, but I do want to use the black rune at least once. Maybe twice if we get just a crap shop. Here's the problem, though. We haven't seen a greed fight yet, and we're about to go fight in the shop, and we have a lot of money. So this is... If this isn't a greed fight, I will be absolutely shocked. Yeah. Yep. Yep. We could use Eden's Soul in here as well and reroll Clear Rune. Just certainly an option. Mystery Sack is not what we want. So I am going to use the Clear Rune, Black Rune combo on Mystery Sack. And it gave us a damage up and movement speed. That will take. I'm happy to have it. Then I'm going to take the Black Rune in with me to the boss item, just in case if it's something that we can Black Rune, maybe we can get another stat up. I don't want to be going for shooting for the stars now. I'm shooting a couple tin cans right now. That's all I want. Just a single damage up, and now I will be happy with this floor. We're too fast for you, pile. Not this time, partner. Yep, there's the range upgrade that I expected, so I'm going to Black Rune it, and we get another damage and range upgrade anyway. Okay, so if somehow the Devil Deal is still open, we can get the Soul of Eden. It's going to cost us half of a soul heart. And possibly maybe re-roll it. I still maintain that I think losing the flying pony is a bad idea. Not open. I'm going to hold on to the wild card. I'm going to drop it out here. And we're going to use the Soul of Eden to re-roll the Clear Rune.
Soul of Eden.
And it gives us the Mom transformation. It's Mom's wig is kind of, again, it's one of those things where it's like, it's really a nothing burger of an item most of the time, but if you get a spider or two out of it per room, it's damage. Another Curse of the Unknown. Gotta be so careful when you're shooting that. If you shoot as often as I do, you gotta be real careful about barrels, man. Ace of Hearts could be kind of pog, but it's just an Ace of Hearts and a Tower Bomb or Tower card. Which you're not really wanting. 81 cents, and unlikely we're going to see another mini boss fight on this floor, so most likely we're due back-to-back greed fights, and that's Isaac, baby. That is June Isaac specifically. Although we do miss lots of shops anyway. It is a Tears Up. But I would like to get Analog Stick just because it's something. All right, there's our Tears Up. I'm almost tempted to use this Wheel of Fortune card here, even if it gives us a full reroll at this point. Come on, this is our Friday run here. We gotta hope for the best, but expect the worst. That's just the name of the game when it comes to Isaac. That's gonna be the next expansion, actually. Didn't know already. Spoiler alert. Belly Jelly, I don't know why Belly Jelly is showing up so much. We have to take Small Rock here. It's just mandatory at this point. We're on a fixed movement speed because we have the Flying Pony, so taking Small Rock is not a huge deal at this point, and we are locked in with the Flying Pony. We are not deviating from this. But get ready for that back-to-back greed fight. This coming. Maybe not. Just gas. Keeper sack, it would have been nice early on, but we can still make some moves here. Damage upgrade. It's already the best damage upgrade we've gotten on this run, basically. There is Diplopia. Holy moly. Okay, so we're going to Diplopia this. Then we're going to Diplopia this.
Wild card.
Then we're going to Diplopia this.
Wild card.
Okay. I think we're going to Diplopia this.
Wild card.
Probably shouldn't have done that too many times with the Flying Pony in here. I'm really hoping that we get some kind of reroll. It didn't matter. And yeah, we can Diplopia this.
Wild card.
Okay. So, now that we have Diplopia on lockdown, we cannot use or take anything else. We can use the Flying Pony still, but I know myself, and I know I'm gonna be too tempted to accidentally, just out of pure reflex, use the spacebar item. I cannot believe that we got the Diplopia combo here. And if we had that Eden Soul, or not Eden Soul, Eden's, well, the Soul of Eden, you know what I mean. And also or the black rune, we would be in stat heaven in there. Now remember, we can double anything that we want to right now, as long as we don't use anything else. Can't use a pill, we can't use a spacebar item, we can't use anything. So my plan is, I was hoping there was going to be some kind of damage upgrade in there. I'm not going to lie. If we had starter deck, man, it would be so much easier for us. Because with starter deck, we'd be able to just continually clone wild cards, but we can't do that. Straight up, I didn't even see that globe in there. Mom's Pearl. Maybe we can take both of them. Eternal Heart. We can convert to all red hearts if we wanted to. That would give us enough HP to basically play any sack room that we want. Just do an infinite sack room shuffle. This room is wild. You know what? I trust myself. So I don't think we need to make all... We don't need to make, like, infinite amounts of eternal hearts here. We just need to make some. That's probably enough. Five, 6, 7. I'm gonna go with 8.
Wild card.
All right, so we have to say goodbye to our wild cards, unfortunately. But we still have one more Diplopia on lockdown here. So as long as I don't use the pony against Mom, which I'm going to be tempted to. Don't do it. Don't do it, Brain. Red Mom again. But what a combo, man. That is the first time we've gotten to use that, I think, ever. I want damage, but man, our base tears rate's so bad. Taking the Polaroid, not for damage. So, again, we still have Diplopia on the wild card. If we find something that is worth wild carding, I will. Preferably a Devil Deal with a bunch of Guppy items in it. Whether or not it's going to happen or not, I don't know. But that combo, so the infinite combo, if you wanted to know, is what we just did plus either the backpack or the starter deck. Anything that allows you to have more than one of the wild cards, essentially, because then you can basically always have two, and you can always duplicate them, which means you have infinite Diplopias as long as you don't use anything else. But we're sitting in a much better spot than we were like 20 minutes ago. At least we have damage now with small rock. I wish we had rock bottom. Our tears rate is only being supplemented by basically Bloody Gust, and that's it. And I'm really hoping that we get a solid Devil Deal here. It's 68%. We're probably not going to get one. This has not been the month for Devil Deals for the most part. We had a couple of really strong runs, but they get a range upgrade again. And yeah, Twisted Pair is Twisted Pair, but it's not used Diplopia good, especially with Conjoined. So Conjoined gives us all this stuff. And it would be okay if we had like any tier effects at all, but unfortunately we don't. This is our greed fight. Super greed, super dead. This feels like the right way to go. This feels like gas. It's just gas. We've not gotten a Guppy item yet, so it's really, I will say that it's hard to resist hitting the spacebar item right now. Like, really difficult. Basically, you just sit here and do nothing and just dodge the shots, essentially. There we go. So at the very least, we can duplicate the chests in the chest. If we're not going to get a devil deal, that's worth it. There's an arcade here, but I cannot possibly fathom what would be in there that we want to duplicate. We've got, well, I say plenty of HP, but we don't have a lot of HP. We could play the fortune telling machine for HP here, I guess. Okay. I mean, a sun card wouldn't be bad. Okay, so if we wanted to, we could fill up on soul hearts, but that's I think a bad use of diplopia. Okay. I'm not going to use diplopia for that. I'm not going to use ancient recall because that's just going to soak up our wild card. I'm not going to worry about going to the curse room at this point, unless we find a guppy item and we maybe need a second one to duplicate, then maybe. But we're in that old conundrum territory of we have diplopia and we have nothing really good to use it on. I will say for that combo though, it's a sleeper combo that you don't really get a chance to use very often, and the fact that like I was just talking about it and then it happened is that is prime Isaac definitely listens to you territory. For better or for worse, but usually for the worst. Did somehow get a devil deal. God, dude. I mean, you can't even really call them devil deals at this point. Stanley has taken this entire month off. He's taking a vacation in Bermuda, I think. I mean, hey, like, home was called the Devil's Isle, so makes sense. I do miss home though. If I could move back home, sometimes I think about like, sometimes I think about the benefits of moving back home to Bermuda and being like, you know, by the ocean again, fishing, on the beach, all that stuff. And it's like, man, it gets nostalgic, but then at the same time, oh wow, we went straight to Isaac for once. At the same time, I'm like, I forget the fact that like I was younger, and also there was no air conditioning except for the bedroom, basically. It's all British television, which was funny because I got to watch a lot of British sitcoms and stuff, which are entertaining in their own right, in various ways. But like there's no beef, there's no like usual amenities. Like chicken is not something that is common in Bermuda. It's all fish, and like everything's imported, so it's like super expensive. Like anything is expensive there. And I'm like, would I really enjoy living back home? Like would I enjoy it? Would I be happy? I think that I would be able to be accustomed to it again because it is my home, but it would take a while because I'm so used to like our modern amenities here. And of course Bermuda's not a third world country by any means, but there's a lot of like modern conveniences that just weren't present back in the day and still aren't over on the island. We're gonna use diplopia here, And let's see if it paid off. No, 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 kinda, no, no. And Sagittarius. All right, we might as well max out our tiers right. We don't actually want Crack the Skizzle. It's not needed, but I will take Sinus Infection. Might as well use Monster Manuel. And we got Papa Fly. I'm excited the fact that I can use my pony. If you didn't notice it right there, I actually had to hit backwards on the pony just to dodge that shot from falling. And I want you to congratulate me on a very good job because I was paying attention. Now, if we had had some kind of piercing shots plus Sinus Infection early on in this run, we would be looking at a very, very different path. But again, you know, going back to these June runs, man, like we have not taken that many items comparatively speaking. If we count the items that we started with and the Polaroid, we have only taken 18 items. So, which is it's definitely below average for a lot of runs. But the fact that we had gotten that much HP from Diplopia Wildcard is what really, really, really helped in terms of survivability. It was a shame that we couldn't do more with it. It would have been nice to have been able to use that for like some infinite devil deals if we had gotten a starter deck or something like that. Okay, well, had to get our mandatory full clear, of course. But you still got to see one of the rarer combos in the game. It's a fun combo. There's a lot of different things you can do with Diplopia Wildcard. The only time that I've ever had a chance to use it, I didn't use Diplopia with Wildcard because I didn't think about it at the time. You should always think, kids. I didn't know we got hit. So you see there, it is going to easily break our Tears cap with Bloody Gust, even though we have number 1. We have so much range that like number 1 straight up just didn't have any effect on us. 2020, it's going to kill our damage, but it gives us more Tears anyway, so. And another dead end, all right. This looks like the right way to go if I'm to be going off of what the cracked crystal was. Although, now I say that, cracked orb, I should say. This is definitely not it. This ain't it, Chief. I would have loved to have gotten Conquest Pony. And another dead end, all right. All right. Surely it's not over there. It's over there. How in the world does the boss room fit over there? If the secret room wasn't conjoining both sides of the northern and southern hemisphere of this map. I guess I should always listen to Crack Crown. My bad, Crack Crown. My bad. I thought we were looking at a fractured map over here. It tears up here, which doesn't really help us, but we do get the Razor Blades from the apple, which is nice. And we'll finish it off with a solid diggity dunking of Blue Baby. So, you know, it's a run that we made happen, but the special thing about this run was easily the Diplopia Wildcard combo, and I wish that we would have had it a little bit longer so we could have done some fun stuff with it. So it is Friday, and I hope you all have a great start to your weekend. Thank you again, everybody, for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you for your support throughout this month of just pure agony runs for the most part. I really do appreciate it, and hopefully next month we'll get some banger runs. They're coming, because definitely we've been paying our bills for those good runs we've been having last month. So if this is going to be our sort of payback for May, then I have a feeling July is going to be rocking. So again, thank you all very much for watching. Have a great weekend. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Mythwithy, Odd Ode, and The Dead Hero 64. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.